Hello students, this is your second video in relation to the chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations. Now, as we have studied in our last class about balancing the chemical reactions, today we will proceed with types of chemical reactions. Now, normally, there are 5 types of reactions that we are going to study in this particular syllabus, starting with combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, and double displacement reaction. Alongside, we have a 5th type of reaction that is called redox reaction or oxidation reduction reactions. Now, to proceed with combination reaction, it is a type of reaction in which two reactants are going to combine with each other to give a final product. Now, a very common example is calcium reacting with oxygen to form calcium oxide or quicklime. Now, this quicklime, when it is reacted with water, it will form slaked lime or calcium hydroxide, along with which a huge amount of heat is released. So, this is also a type of exothermic reaction. Now, the calcium hydroxide that is reacting, it will slowly come in contact with carbon dioxide to form a thin layer of calcium carbonate on the walls that will appear to be very much shiny. Now, it is very much interesting to note that the chemical formula for marble, limestone, or eggshell, that is calcium carbonate. Now, as we know that any type of reaction in which heat is released, that type of reaction is called exothermic reaction, whereas any type of reaction in which the heat is absorbed, that is called endothermic reactions. Remember, in endothermic reactions, the temperature will decrease, whereas in exothermic reaction, the temperature is going to increase. Now, a simple example for exothermic reaction is respiration, whereas for endothermic, it is photosynthesis. Now, as in when we discuss about digestion is a very common reaction in which the food particles are being broken down. But while breaking down, heat is being utilized. So while heat is being utilized, digestion is a type of decomposition process as it breaks down complex food into simpler food, as well as it is an example for endothermic reactions. Now, coming down to the second type of reaction, it is called decomposition reaction. Now, what is decomposition? It is considered to be the opposite for combination reaction. When a particular product is being broken down into simpler substances with the help of heat, light, or electricity. Now, to begin with the first part, if heat is used to break down a particular compound, the process is called thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal. Like a very simple example they have given you, a single reactant of ferrous sulfate crystal, that is FeSO4.7H2O, when it is being heated, it will initially lose the water molecules and very slowly it will change into ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, and sulfur trioxide. Remember, SO2 and SO3 are pungent smelling gases. FeSO4 is a green colored crystal that is going to change into a reddish brown ferric oxide. Also, Another example that we can give is the decomposition of calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3, to produce calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Now this particular reaction, that is the thermal decomposition reaction of calcium carbonate, is used in the industries for manufacturing cement. Now, as we come down to the second type of decomposition reaction, that is called electrolytic decomposition. Now, as the word says electrolytic, that means we will be using electricity to break down the particular substance. Now, a very common example that we will take up here is electrolysis of water. Now, during electrolysis of water, what we are actually doing, the activity will be important for you for your exam related purpose. So does the diagram is. Now, we will take a plastic mug and we will drill 2 holes at its base and fit rubber stoppers in these holes. Now, we will insert carbon electrodes in these rubber stoppers and connect them to a battery source. Now we will fill the mug with water and add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid so that the water can be a better conductor of electricity. We will take 2 test tubes filled with water and invert them over the 2 carbon electrodes. One of them will act as a cathode, another one will act as an anode. Remember, anode is the positive terminal, cathode is the negative terminal. Now we will switch on the current and leave the apparatus undisturbed for some time, and we are going to see bubble formation at both the electrodes. Now these bubbles are going to displace the water in the test tubes. The level of water will be different in both the cases. Now as hydrogen forms hydrogen ions, that is H+, it will migrate towards the negative electrode, that's called as the cathode, whereas oxygen, as it forms O2-, it will go towards the positive electrode, that is called anode. Now we will also find that the amount of gas that is collected in the anode is much higher, as we discuss, as it is present in case of the cathode because of the initial reaction. Okay, H2O. So H2O means more amount of a particular gas is present in one of the test tubes as compared to the other one. Now the final type of reaction, that is called as the photolytic decomposition. Okay, that is using light to decompose. Now what we will actually do here, a very simple example has been taken for silver chloride or silver bromide. Now this silver chloride or silver bromide, when exposed to sunlight, will change its color from simple white to a grayish color, releasing silver and chlorine. Now photolytic reactions, they are used in black and white photography, and we usually store silver chloride and bromide in dark colored bottles so that they don't come in contact with sunlight and they can prevent themselves from the color change as well as the photolytic decomposition. So whatever type of decomposition reactions we have discussed, whether it is thermal, whether it is photolytic, or whether it is electrolytic, in each of these cases heat is being utilized, heat is being absorbed. That's why it is an example for endothermic reactions. So that's all for this particular video. In our next video we will proceed with the next type of reactions. Thank you.